Hey guys, it's Brother Craig. How you guys doing? Surprise, if you weren't expecting to see me, you get the video of me. Sorry. Anyways, Sister Glass asked me to share a piece of my testimony about how God called me to remove anime and just really just the importance of things we consume. Where I feel like I need to start is kind of explaining how much time I gave to it. During the school year, I would probably give, 20-ish episodes a day, which is probably like 4 hours or 5 hours or so. But even during the summer, I'd give more time to it, would watch 30 to 50 episodes, sometimes 60 if I could find a way to do it. Where it became what I did every time I had free time, every time I had the opportunity to do anything besides work, schoolwork, or besides if I wasn't going to church or something, I would watch anime because that was my enjoyment. But I didn't realize how much it was affecting me. I struggled with temptations and thoughts and desires and sins that I didn't understand why I was struggling with them. Because I was going to church. I was trying to seek God. I was trying to grow in God. But no matter how much I tried to grow in God, these things kept on being there, stabbing me in the side as I kept on trying to walk as God called me to walk. And I remember countless times I would go to God saying, Lord, why am I struggling? Why do I keep on making the same mistakes, falling into the same desires and temptations? And God would countless times remind me that it's because of the things that I was watching. Because of the things that I was consuming, they were affecting my mind and causing me to think in certain ways, causing me to have desires that I wouldn't have if I wasn't consuming them. But of course, as us humans always are, we don't like to listen, and I pushed off what God was telling me countless times. I can't remember how many times I prayed and He told me the exact same thing, but I was like, no, that's not it, Lord. But I remember in LYC 2019, the first night, Brother Jack Cunningham preached a message on repentance. And in that moment, I repented to God for continuing to not listen and obey His voice, of Him calling me to remove anime and to remove things that I was consuming that was unpleasing to Him. And in that night, I made a covenant with God, saying, Lord, I will no longer watch it, and I will no longer consume any of it. I won't partake of any of that type of stuff, any of that media, any of that, because I know what is causing me to fall into, what desires it's giving to me to, where my priorities are. And I can promise you, once I made that covenant with God, I begin to be set free of those desires. I begin to be set free of those temptations. I was no longer bound by those things that I was bound by when I was watching anime. Because now, that did not have a hold of me anymore. But instead now, because I have removed anime in the time I was giving to anime, and the desires it was giving me, now I could refocus my life and give those desires back to God. I could spend time with God in prayer again like He wanted me to do. I could spend time reading His Word and studying to get to know Him better, and vice versa, Him knowing me. And that's another thing, I didn't notice how much time anime took from me. Hours upon hours, there's probably days, weeks, months that I consumed just watching that when I could have been growing in God. So looking back at it, the two things that it did the most for me, once God listened and obeyed God and removed the things that I consumed that were unpleasing and holy, anime and all those other things that pertain to that, I was set free from the thoughts, from the desires, from the sins. I had deliverance. And not only that, I had more time now to focus on God and spend with Him and grow in relationship with Him, which is always what we should be striving for. But I pray that this ministered to you in some way. I pray that it will help you, and I pray that it will keep you from ever going down the same path. But I love you guys, and God bless.